and even if I land this aircraft normally, we'll still have the issues outweighing the good landings. Hey guys, and welcome back to FSX FSPassengers. So first things first, we've got an aircraft to deal with. So company manager, aircraft maintenance, and yeah, it's going to cost us £300,000, but we are going to buy a new engine and pay it all ourselves because I don't want this massive insurance price increase. So repair and pay all the bill. Goodbye money. And, well, yes, hopefully, this plane will stop having so many problems for us, because it actually hurts. It genuinely hurts. So, yeah, let's get this aircraft set up and ready to go, shall we? So, FSPassengers, start flights. Yeah, set the auto brakes, and here we go. 9 passenger gates. Load them all up. Fill it with cargo. Fuel-wise, I think we can go about 40%. I said cargo goes in, and passenger board we got Stephenson family actually. Hopefully they get there alright. And our destination today is Inverness, which is Echo Golf Papa Echo. In that goes. Flight time today is 15 minutes, about half an hour today. Set that. Set destination.
Destination set.
Load immediately. And let's get the aircraft set up as well. So it's 90, 95, 105. Start flights. There you go, aircraft set up, and let's get ourselves ready to go. So seatbelt signs on, and over here. So we will set the battery first. So fair enough. Right, battery set. Let's have the lights as well. So it's anti-collision, strobes, navigation lights, surface lights to logo. That doesn't go on yet. Cabin lights, set them all up. So seatbelt signs on, cockpit lights, cabin lights on. Turn on the heating because it's still a bit cold today. Fuel pump set. Lower that and start up engine 2. Right, I actually need to keep an eye on this engine because I did just have to repair the entire system, which is at the ground. And yeah, keep it on engine 2, make sure it starts up no problem. Looking good. Full throttle, that will now stabilise. So I'll do the same for engine 1, so start and rich. Engine 1 starting up. There we go. Alright, both engines should now be fine. Just close those. And there you go, engine 2 has stabilised now. Actually a lot quicker than usual, I will say. Let's get the aircraft ready and set up then. So, turn on the GPS, turn on the FMC. Flight plan set, we actually got a few waypoints as well this time. Let's go over to Unicom 122.8. Switch. And I believe we'll be departing runway 34 here. So load of flaps. Set your dampener, set flight director. And let's set the aircraft up ready to go. Engine 1 is still at full power. Close that. That can go up to vents. Make sure everything else is set properly. Wind should actually go to high, don't want that to crack. Engine 1 should now hopefully stabilise soon. Although bear in mind, you don't have to actually, this is the old engine, so it's going to probably set like that for a while if it simulates it properly or not. Otherwise I think we shall just announce that we are ready to taxi. Just the engine limiter on quickly. There we go. Perfect. So go over to VATSIM. Just open that. Actually load up VATSIM actually, I forgot to do it this time. Let's get a flight number as well. So we are in flight report. We are Delta Alpha 345. Like that, 345. Connects Delta Alpha 345, and we are a D228. So there you go. DA 345 is at Echo Golf Papa Delta. Ready to taxi runway 34. which I believe is the runway taking off here. Yes, it is. So now it's that. Let's now head over to runway. There we go. Right, spool up was a little bit slow on those engines, but hopefully that will improve as time goes on. And yeah, visibility is a bit, compared to last week, the weather's much nicer. No rain, visibility is nice and high. Not nice and high, I think it's about 10 kilometers, but otherwise, it should be alright for today. Make sure altimeter is set. And also, I actually had a few of the sound effects switched off, so passengers making sound effects on like heavy turbulence, that was switched off. Copilot didn't say nearly as much. Hopefully it should be a bit better now, because I actually I turned them off on like video I did a while ago, and so I just forgot to turn them back on. So yeah, hopefully that should now be back to normal. I just had it switch on. So yeah, just gotta think about it. So I've had this aircraft for 4 weeks now. First week I had to repair the parking brake, but that was partially my fault, fair enough, because I stopped while I was moving, because the Ryanair entered the runway after I announced I was ready for takeoff, and he didn't have any intention of announcing the landing. Second week was normal. Second week was a leaky fuel pipe, and that left us leaking fuel all over Scotland. Third week was normal. Last week was the engine failure. So actually this is my 5th week of the aircraft now. And even if I land this aircraft normally, we'll still have the issues outweighing the good landings. So that's a bit of a shame, I guess. So green out, I'm ready to depart. Echo Golf Papa Delta. Let's enter the runway, so that's to take off. And let's go. So yeah, even if I land this aircraft normally, I still have more issues and poorly done flights, botched flights I call them, than the good flights where we actually successfully landed with no problems. But yeah, please aircraft, don't mess up this time, because I'm starting to run out of love for this airframe. Full throttle, let's wait for the co-pilot's call-outs. And there is one thing I've forgotten, I'll announce that in a moment, which is the altitude we're flying to, 6,500. Forgot to set that. V1. Rotates. Positive climb, gear up. Keep nose up. It's on autopilot, so we can now at least go to a heading select. But I now need to set up, there you go. Passengers reacts to the turbulence, now getting a bit heavier. Let's go to about there for now, or just at the moment. And we got to 2,000 feet per minute, so a bit of a steeper climb, but this plane should be easy enough to manage it. Go to altitude select, and there we go. 6,500 is what we're climbing to. Perfect. Flaps up. Keep the engines at full power actually, as we are climbing. Should have done that before takeoff, it's fine. V2, and off we go. So there we have it, another decent departure from the Drawyah DO228. So let's hope, fingers crossed, no, ooh, there's some actual real strong turbulence that I will say. Yeah, fingers crossed, no birds, no engine failures, no leaky fuel pipes, no nothing. So we do have an aircraft nearby as well, KLM 737-800. Wow, okay, we have taken off now and turbulence is starting to make its way into the aircraft. As long as we're climbing fine, that's 6,500 is fine. There we go, making decent airspeed as well. So I can assume we won't be turning off seatbelt signs during this flight either. Setting up the clouds as well. So we are about to pass the cloud layer. Cloud turbulence will probably knock us around a bit. Otherwise, yeah, flight today shouldn't be the worst. It should be better than it was last week. Let's go to our virtual cockpit. We'll say clouds look a lot different from the outside than actually on the inside. I can infer them from this view. Anyways, let's just focus on this flight to make sure it all works properly. Keep on engine 2, that's one thing I need to keep a serious eye on. Make sure the fuel flow is alright and the torque is alright. Got an old Benedict's King radio if we need it. For the DME. And yeah, we're just about to reach the cloud layout. Again, very rocky turbulence. This aircraft is almost fighting against it. Very rocky. Hope passengers aren't too nauseous. Passenger view 1. Let's get ourselves into position for here. Maybe I should go to config to make an actual passenger view like this, so I don't have to do this every single week. There we go. Just looking down the Scottish fjords below us in this mad turbulent weather. And I believe we should have a left hand coming up as well. Let's have a look at GPS. We've passed it. Okay. That's why. Okay, I forgot to turn on GPS, so the aircraft wasn't actually going on course properly, but fortunately I noticed that nice and early enough for us to get an intercept in it, and the aircraft will sort itself out. So other than that, hopefully engine's fine, got no problems with that. Sit back, relax and enjoy the flights. There we go, we've now entered the cloud layout. And there we go, what passengers can see, just white. So bright, the darkness has also come around the window. That works really well, the shading in this. So I don't think these lights are dynamic, I think it's meant to stay this colour as well. So, nice and dynamic, looks really nice. Yep, so white, you can barely see the plane. And let's have a look at the 737, who is also in the fog, actually on the ground somewhere. Possibly in Edinburgh? Yeah, he'll be at Edinburgh, KLM 737-800. Where else would he be? Yeah, this is Edinburgh's layout. Anyway, back to our own aircraft. Now I need to let the clouds spawn back in around us, because we now have gone opposite end of Scotland, so this one needs to spawn in again. There we go. Hides the blurries at least, so I have to see that. Actually, I will say, I think the EMB actually kind of changed the lighting around the aircraft. So if you look at the panel, that gets lighter. If you look away from the panel, it gets darker, the panel. I like that, EMB for the win. We are cruising altitude actually, so I will pull back on this. Just about cruise. And there we go. Make sure we're in course. Yes, we are. Getting an intercept to that now. And ETA, 20 minutes according to FSPassengers. Active Sky gives it to us at, I said, been more than 20 minutes actually. We're not actually fully on course yet, so it doesn't know. Although once we are back on, will give us an ETA. Not sure which runway they'll actually give us landing as well at Inverness Airport. If we go for briefing, they'll give us runway 5, which is the opposite direction to where we're heading. I guess I'm quite... yeah, I can do a manual landing at a headwinds. That's not the worst thing in the world. I can do that in Inverness because of this kind of weather. I think, right, so compared to last week, so this week the weather's not as bad, it's not as windy, and turbulence is a bit, but yeah, turbulence is a bit stronger. So it has calmed down a lot in the clouds. And the visibility is completely gone. So as long as the engine, again, as long as engine 2 works, that's what the aim of this flight is really, just to make sure engine 2 is functional. Make sure we're on flight path again. We should be now. There we go. Just intercept with that now. Map, ETA, 10 minutes 28 seconds. So actually isn't too bad a flight at all. 80 minutes on the arrival. The only downside is we just can't see anything out the window. So we're just going to sit in our coach basically, looking at nothing but cloud. The scene is so still, nothing moves. And if I had an actual camera add-on, it probably would add a few extra camera shake effects for the turbulence. Otherwise, for now, just sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight, passengers. Whether or not it's turbulent and scary. Because you booked this ticket. Because I think we're probably like the only airline that actually does this flight, and we're only doing it once as well, so... It's not like other companies where you actually have like one flight and do it repeats. This is the only company in the world where we fly to a different destination every time we fly, and just find coincidentally enough passengers to fly with us. Otherwise, yeah, we've stayed very much in the United Kingdom. We've touched France once, and then that's about it. Stayed very much in the UK and Republic of Ireland. I have to use this map quite a bit actually, just so I can see where I'm going. Top descent's about 6 minutes, we'll probably do one a bit before then. ETA 9 minutes. Alright, hang on. Ooh, that's new. At least I've not noticed this before. So we'll arrive at the airport 5 minutes after we arrive at INS, whatever that is. And yeah, like I said, we won't do an ILS landing, we'll do a manual approach here. Although, then again, with this visibility, I have to check. I'll decide as we get down. Once we're below the clouds, I'll decide whether or not visibility is safe enough to perform a manual landing or not. I mean, if I can land manually with one engine, then surely a bit of cloud won't hurt us. And like I said, turbulence isn't as bad. Still a bit of it, but not as bad as last time. Yeah, let's not open door. There you go, we've just left a bit of cloud, a bit more visibility. It didn't look too bad, did it? And there you go, just left the cloud layers again. So in a bit we'll start our descent into Inverness. And eventually come into land. There you go, so coming up to about halfway through the flight. Plan around 15 minutes, so yeah, we have timed that one quite nicely, half an hour. Go for a flyby in this sort of weather, be quite interesting. And yeah, weather's clearing up quite nicely. Should we start an early descent? I'm not too sure. Anything to keep engine 2 alive. And yeah, visibility's not the worst. I mean, there's a bit of cloud ahead of us there, but I quickly get a weather request actually. Add-ons, weather request, destination airport. Visibility plus 10. Clouds few at 1,000 feet, scattered 2,400. Yeah, that's plenty for us. I think I can do that easy. As long as visibility's at max, that's fine. 11 knot winds. Yeah, that'll be good for us. I can do the standing. And we'll soon think about descending as well. Coast should be visible to our right. Okay, clouds. Oh yeah, you can actually see the coast just in the distance. It's not too far away. Otherwise, let's do a slow descent to 3,000 feet. So, down here, 3,000 feet. Descend, altitude select. And 500 feet per minute will be good for us. There we go. So yeah, we'll now hopefully start to leave the cloud layout. There we go. And as we descend, we will then get more visible to the airports. There we go. Straight into it. It's below the clouds. Got a warning light, probably speed. Yes, it is. Set a throttle. There we go. And there we go, inside the airspace, and the airport is now upcoming, so yeah, bring the aircraft to the right a bit, head towards about maybe 30. And let's go for a heading. That can go down to about 1,000 feet per minute. And then, yeah, final moment, we're going to make a left turn, do that manually into the runway. ETA 11 minutes. Active sky put stat at 3 minutes. Which is good enough for me. Let's go for a bit of faster descent. Lower the throttle a bit more. And there you go, the airport's now appeared on the main radar, which we can then follow. Ground scenery here, basically ground scenery here isn't going to be great at all. Basically, FS Earth Tiles just couldn't find any like higher quality ground scenery textures, so that's as good as we got for now. And then the closer we get to the airport, we'll then go on to Google Earth, Google Maps, which will do the ground data for this airport, I believe. No, it won't, because I forgot to compile it in the end. Great, right, okay, I added it in the manual editing, but I actually forgot to convert it into FSX, meaning there will be no VFR scenery at this airport. I put my hand up, my mistake. I should have sorted that out earlier, or at least paid more attention. I do apologise. I did think to myself why this was a bit quicker than it should have been, but nope, too dumb to realise that. 2,000 feet. Make sure we're on altitude select still. Descent rate stays at 1,500. So plane below to 150. And then we can sort out our flaps and landing gear. I mean, I could do flaps 1 now, flaps 180. So yeah, flaps 1. Let the throttle a bit more. Flaps 2. Gear down. Flaps 3. Increase the throttle a bit, as you now got a lot of drag on the aircraft. Now you need to wait for the airport to come into view and touch down. I can actually see the Pappy 4 over there. Perfect. I just wish the ground was also good to look at as well, which is not the case. Very much isn't. Right, so do a left turn in a moment. Head onto the runway. And come into land. Right, the aircraft is now to my left. I'm going to do a left turn. Where is it? Hang on. Right, heading hold off. Control my altitude plane. Actually, yeah, the airport's right there, so I can see it. Autopilot off. I can fly manually from here. Lower the throttle. Then we'll line the runway, so you need to descend a bit more. Maybe at the tree's positioning, it would have probably looked quite nice as scenery. Right, I'll do it for next week's then. Hopefully you can see some nice area when we depart from this airport. Otherwise, lining up the runway now. Minor turbulence, but that again can be dealt with, no problem. Quite a narrow glide slope as well, as there are no trees, just fields around this airfield. So let's just get the aircraft down for a soft landing. Shame, again, shame it's a bit of an eyesore right now. Not nice, not pretty at all. Passengers as well. Yeah, not much to look at really. Let's pitch nose down a bit. It's a bit of a headwind, don't forget, so there we go. Missed touchdown zone, but it's fine. Let's get the plane down. Reverse thrust set. And on the brakes. Stop the plane. And there we go. Let's turn off at this point here. Woo! The slidey taxiway actually, I will say. A bit oily. Come to the grass a bit, but fortunately the grass is a lot more sturdy. It's a very oily runway, that. Right, we'll taxi onto the runway and taxi down to parking. That can go down to taxi. Whoops. What have I just turned on? Not sure. Okay, cockpit's now red. I think there's like nighttime lighting or something I've accidentally turned on. Doesn't matter so much. Yeah, passenger interior should be fine, no difference. Although we're getting stuck in the mud here. And come on plane, get out the mud. Very much a fueled airport, this, isn't it? Right, then we go over to the hangars and terminals over there. I can end the flights. So, engine 2 works no problem. Made a landing without any failures on board. And hopefully next week, if we can do the same, it'll balance out the failures to normal flights ratio, which is going to be 1 to 1, which I was hoping to be like 1 to 0, but nope. 1 to 1 will be the ratio to that, which is just fantastic. Just bring the aircraft around. And find somewhere to park it. That's a fuel box, so we're not going to go there. So it looks like it has been raining here at some point, it's just not now. We'll come over to this area here. Here we go. And just park it at the end of this taxiway. So, idle throttle, aircraft can go into some mode momentum, and hold. Perfect. Plane brake on, engines come off, and strobe lights can come off, taxi lights come off. That should be that. All exits open, pick up your luggage, and thank you very much. So yeah, like I said, it wasn't a bad flight and all, and we got there in one piece, which is all that matters now. So FSPassengers, end flights, and reports. So, on schedule, experience landing, 14k income, which is good. And overall, a quite pleasing flight, safe night landing, no problems. Scheduled airports, precise arrival, extreme weather. So other than that, I think we can record this flight and we can end it here. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Do leave a like if you did, do subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.